already.
Alright, you're good to go, dude.
Alright, so my name's Russell. This is my Zefra build. It's fashioned after the OCG format with TCG adjustments and variations as well as personal things. So I used this deck in tournament today and I took third. My only losses were to Quills, the same Quill player round 1 and in top 4. I beat Boojins, I beat Shidal Chair, I beat Deskbots LOL, and I beat Plants. I think, where's my other 4 matches? So let's dive right in, shall we? We start with 3 Secret. This is standard, same as 3 Treasure. It's like, this is the focus of the deck. So a lot of stuff in this deck does need explaining because it does function different than the majority of Zefra decks, which may revolve around rank 4s or level 7s. But this deck, I'm actually going to go ahead and explain this now, revolves around level and rank 6s is the build. And so you're going to be overlaying with this dude a lot, and you're going to be using this dude a lot as well. So you're going to be searching him out most of the time. And maybe this guy, sometimes if you need a scale. So I run 3 Plicka and 2 Windy. I'll explain these at the same time. Most people only like 2 of her and 1 of her, which makes sense because they're not that good effect-wise. Like, her effect is good for combos, but it's not that optimal for like long-term use. The reason that I run 5 in total of these is because the focus of the deck is to make level 6 synchros and then combo off of that, which is why him plus these equals level 6. And also her combo is really good. And also these are gonna be like usually the guys you search out when you're wanting your scales. And so then we run 2 Flame Beast and 1 Sword Master. These are going to be the dudes you're searching out with Brio. You don't want to search these dudes out with Oracle because you're going to be using Brio to search 90% of the time. Sometimes Brio does get on the field. I won a game today because I got Brio on the field and overlaid him with him, but I'll explain that later. So these are the dudes you want to search out with Brio. That's about it. Those guys are usually scale use. Sometimes you want to get these 2 for beaters, but most of the time they're just scale use. And then I run 1 of each of the Shidal things for Shidal fusions. That's literally the only reason. Except he has OTK combos, which
Thor's the one that summons from the Pendulum Zone, right?
Yes. He has OTK combos, which with Oracle, which I'll explain in a second. What? I'm doing a deck profile right now. Triple. No, I can't play while I do that. Triple Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Most people don't like Pendulum Dragon in this deck. They say he's too slow, and it makes sense, but usually you don't need that much. Like, if you have like this and a scale 1, then you can get Treasure and a level 3 and then sync it to a level 6. Also, he lets you get literally anything, any scale in the deck you need besides Flame Beast, but you don't want to search out Flame Beast with Dragon anyway because you're going to be searching him with Brio. Right. Generally, with Odd Eyes, you're going to be searching for Secret, Treasure, or Plicka. Right. Usually, you won't need a scale. You're usually searching combo pieces with Odd Eyes.
Gotcha.
We run 2 Necrosa Brio. These are mainly searchers, but they do get onto the field, and when they get onto the field, crap's crazy because it's like the best Oracle effect. Bounce to deck and everything. I run 2 Light Monarch. Now, this is where the deck starts to turn heads, because this is like...
You keep going, I'm going to zoom in on one real fast.
So, if you don't know what this card does, this, when he is normal or special summoned, you can target 2 cards on the field and destroy them. This is so useful in a bajillion different ways. For one, since you're tribute summoning him, he can't be affected by lose a turn. That's one thing. He is not affected by the cards that work on special summon monsters. For 2, this dude helps you get rid of enemy things that are scaring the heck out of you or that are killing you.
And then you get to draw.
Yeah, and then they get to draw. But the main thing, besides him being a level 6 for the rank 6 engine, is that he can pop your scales that you have more of in hand, and then you get pluses, like a lot of pluses, and you like are gonna pop Oracle with this guy too, because usually you get all your Oracles very early, and you're gonna like be overlaying your Oracles with another Oracle anyway. So he's like free pluses. He's also combo material because he's a level 6, and then a Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is personal preference, but he helps out a lot. He can't get Fiendish Chained. You don't need your normal summon a lot in this deck unless you're getting like a Light Monarch. He can't get loser turns. He can't get. He can run over shit all construct, who can't kill him with her effect. He can't get honor art. A block backard, which is hilarious. And he actually helps a lot in the meta. I just like him there for personal reasons. He's also part of like an OTK because a lot of these dudes don't hit very hard. So if you pendulum summon them from your hand or extra deck and then tribute them for blue eyes, you can recycle their effects for next turn. That's another good thing that tribute summoning is.
He's a light for construct.
Yeah, and he's a light for construct because these are the only lights in the deck. Right. Because I do not use the Teller Knights. The Teller Knights destroy your resources with very little reward, and I really don't like them. I was testing them, and they put me in bad scenarios like all the time, and I really didn't like it. So, triple Oracle, 2 terraforming. If you use a side deck, I'm just going to mention this real quick. This is the side deck that I used today. It was mainly just thrown together. It's triple MST. This was the big thing because F quills, and this deck has no back row destruction. So, generally because back row doesn't annoy this deck that much unless they have a bottomless or a warning or a black horn if they're being silly.
Yep.
So triple MST, wiretap, straight flush because people said a lot of things. 2 more shit all fusions, dark hole, mirror force, and then a bunch of shit all stuff. I sided in the MSTs like a lot, and I sided the Shit-all Fusion and a Shit-all Hedgehog against Shit-alls, which won me the match, which was hilarious. But if you're using side deck cards, you're going to want to probably side out the terraformings, because your secret search anyway. That's the point I wanted to make there. You probably know the stuff that you want to search out with Oracle.
Oh yeah.
Generally that's self-explanatory depending on the situation. I run 1 Shit-all Fusion. Now, I am going to go out and say that I run 4 Shit-all Fusions in the extra, so having only 1 fusion may seem a little stupid, but this deck doesn't need that much extra room. For other things, you mainly need your horses and your rank 6s. That's mainly what you need. You're not going to be going into much else. And also, more than 1 is very cloggy. I don't like more than 1 in this deck. I tried the deck with the 2 fusion and the engine of Beast, Dragon, and 2 Hedgehog. And that didn't work because I ended up missing scales a lot, so I took them out in lieu of more draw power and more search power. Half the cards in this deck either draw or search. Such as Temple of Rights, which searches that for Brio. It's deck thinner, and it's also searches for a card that searches for either scale. So I run triple Echo Oscillation. This card is so good. I can't describe how good this card is. If you have a monster in your hand that you want to pendulum summon, this wins games. Really. That card is your source of all your other sources. And then I run the generic trap engine of 2 Fiendish Chain, Comp Evac, Warning, Torrential, Bottomless. Generic stuff, because generic reasons. Now let's
why no Raigeki?
Rhino Raigeki? Because it's bad in the current meta. Burning Abyss gets pluses off of stuff. Burning Abyss gets benefits when their stuff dies. Shit-alls gets benefit when their stuff dies. Quills laughs in your face. Raigeki is not good right now. It's the only deck it'd be really good for is Necroz? But you know Necroz. Necroz doesn't really care about Raigeki. So that's why no Raigeki. Honestly, I'd sooner run a Dark Hole because he gets his effect when he's destroyed.
Right.
So for the extra deck, let's start with the Shit-all Fusions. I run Shekinaga, and all your whatever, Construct, and Wendigo. The first thing you'll probably notice is Wendigo.
It's a level 6.
Yeah, level 6. Also, when you detach it for the effect,
it gets to
you get your fusion back.
Right.
But the other thing you may notice is that there's no Winda. Winda's bad in this deck because you're not going to really use...
you're comboing. You need that to hold you back.
And also, what are you going to use it for? Really?
Right. No, I understand. It's good.
2 Metaphys Horse. This card is great. I debated putting it up to 3, but I need room, and also I'll explain how you can recycle him. But this card is the best card in the deck. This is what you're going to be going into more than anything else, with Treasure plus either Windy or Treasure plus Windy or Plika. You get Horse, and then his second effect, you know what he does. You get both his second and his third effect. You steal things.
Negate a face-up card and steal something.
So for level 7s, I run Yazi, Evil of Yang Xing, and Moonlight Rose.
Cool.
I call it Moonlight Rose. I went into this today, and it saved me. once because I was fighting despots and they were running over things, and he died, and then they're like, game, and I'm like, no, I get this. And then they couldn't run over it. It was hilarious. But you don't make these that often, like at all, especially since you don't run the Teller Knight engine, because there's no like level 7 like synchro that really is splashable in this deck. So the ways that you do make this is a level 3 tuner, so you're going to need another level 3 in addition to him, as well as a level 4. And the only 2 level 4s I run are these 2. And there's only 1 each. So it's like, I hardly ever go into these. The only reason I have 2 is because core does get out on the field a lot because of my core combo, which I'll explain to you later.
That's fine.
For level 8s, I run Hot Red Dragon Archfiend and Scrap Dragon. These are my favorite level 8s. Some people prefer Stardust Spark or...
Yeah, saying Crimson Bladers are popular.
Yeah,
too.
Crimson Blader is a popular thing. I run Crimson Blader and Scraps over this. So my Scrap deck, I like Scrap Dragon, clearly. I use Scraps. But those are my level 8s. You make level 8s by level 3 that you make a tuner, Windy or Plika, that you made into a tuner with treasure, plus Flame Beast. Or, if you have both of these on the field, which is likely to never happen, and you make one of them a tuner, you can do that. But that was like never gonna happen ever. And then Gigantic Castle, because sometimes you do get these 2 out, like, and you need a beat stick. This dude's big. I like it. It's funny. So this is the rank 6 engine. Okay. I run Utopia Beyond.
All right.
2 M7, which is the one you're going to be going into most of the time, and Gauntlet Launcher. This is like, this stuff is scary. This stuff scares people. So you know what M7 does? It like bounces things, but you're not usually going to be bouncing things. You're usually going to be recycling from your graveyard, and I'll explain why in just a second. This is your OTK card, by the way. This OTK is with Core, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Flame Beast. So while I'm here, I'm going to explain some combos you can do. Yep. So let's say you have 2 scales. I don't know why you'd ever put these in your scales, but let's say you have this dude and you have this dude. Okay. And you have a treasure, a secret, and either level 3 in your hand or extra. Okay. Like, so let's just say you have Windy, just for the sake of this combo. So, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna pendulum summon these 3. You're gonna make this a tuner with this, or Plika if you have Plika. Secrets F searches at your Oracle, which you're gonna want to play now, and then you search out whatever you think you'll need. Hello there, Razzle48 here. I know it's kind of the middle of the video, but that guy's phone kind of died, so that's unfortunate. So I'm continuing this now. So before I get into the combos that I said that I would told you, I'm gonna explain like a few other things. For one, it's that the July format came out, and the only change to main or side is that I took out Anno-Utilis for Trish, because this deck makes Trish easily, because Treasure plus Plika plus Windy, or Treasure plus Plika, you get the idea. But also, I have come up with a better side deck for you. I run Shaddoll Hedgehog and Jinzo, 3 MST, 3 Wavering Eyes for Quills, the 1 Shaddoll Fusion, Mirror Force, Royal Decree, 2 Mischief of the Gnomes, and Winda and Anno-Utilis. Clearly, you're going to be siding this against Teller Knights and Necraz, and you're going to be siding this against Burning Abyss and Teller Knights. And, yeah, the rest is, like, self-explanatory. F-Quills. Yeah, normal stuff. But, anyway, since that tournament where the deck took 3rd, this deck has entered 2 more. One of them it took 2nd, and one of them it won. That's why I had this mat made. Beautiful mat. Amazing mat. But I'm going to go ahead right now and tell you that this deck was not originally my idea. I got it from a deck, from a combo video on the YouTubes. Not the entirety, like just some of it, just like the generic like level 6 rank 6 engine, but most of it like the Shaddoll Fusions, Wendigo, Blue Eyes. A lot of it is my idea, adjusted for TCG format and for my own personal preferences. But anyway, now I'm going to explain some of those combos. So let's say you got 2 scales. Let's say you got Plika and you got Flame Beast. These are 2 scales that use as scales very often because you don't usually need more than 1 Plika that you're able to pendulum summon. And let's say that you have a treasure, Plika, and secret either in your hand or in your extra to pendulum summon. So you pendulum summon these 3. This makes this a tuner, and Secret searches out your Oracle. So you play the Oracle now, and what you want to do is you want to search out Core, is what you want to do. And so you're gonna like get your Core in your hand, and you're gonna sink into no, this is my extra deck. You're gonna sink into Horse, and you're gonna negate whatever you need to negate. You're gonna need to steal a dude. Let's say you steal a face down shit all hedgehog, just because I have it here. And then he lets you put like any monster you need on the top of your deck, and you're gonna be able to draw that in just a sec because you're overlaying. You are overlaying into M7. And now you draw, and you get whatever dude you said that you needed. So you're going to be putting Kuraz on the top a lot. So let's say you put Kuraz on top, you get to draw and discard. Now Core's effect lets you special summon this dude. And now you can tribute summon whatever you stole. I can't talk today. For Kuraz, and then pop your dude, like pop whatever the heck you want, and then you get your pluses. And now you use M7's effect to detach and get Core back and play that. Now that's a good combo. That's a pretty standard combo, but let's say you're going for the OTK. So most of the combo is still the same. Like, you still add Core to your hand. You still go into Horse and steal a dude. But instead of going into M7, you're going to be going into Utopia Beyond. And this, now you draw and discard. So you draw and discard Core, still, and this lets you special summon this. But instead of Light Monarch, the one that you're going to want to be adding to the top of your deck is Blue Eyes. And then, hopefully, you pendulum summoned a 4th or 5th dude, like in the initial pendulum summon, so you'll tribute the dude you stole, and the other dude you pendulum summoned for Blue Eyes, and this is exactly 8,000. So that's one of the cool combos that I like to do. That's like the OTK combo with Core and Blue Eyes that I was referring to in the video. Let's see, what else did I forget to mention? Let's see, this deck's bad matchups are Quills and Yosenjus. That's, by the way, another reason I don't use Raigeki, because Yosenjus, Yosenjus ignore them. But Quills are a bad matchup for this deck, and Yosenjus are a bad matchup for this deck. But this deck does very well against Burning Abyss and Necroz and Shaddolls. Well, Shaddolls it kind of has a little problem with, but who doesn't have a little problem with Shaddolls? So let's see. There was the Necroz of Brio combo that I did. I don't remember what it was exactly, because that tournament that I was talking about in the first part of this deck profile happened over 2 weeks ago. So I don't know what it was. I think I had a Light Monarch in hand, and I had this dude on the field. I pendulum summoned this dude and Secret, and I had a Brio in hand, obviously, and so I used his effect to tribute this into Brio, and I bounced 2 dudes, and then I overlaid for, like, I don't know, I think I overlaid for M7, and then I, like, sent something to hand that I then played and killed him. But that was the Brio thing that I did. You can make Brio pretty darn easily, because it's like you got all these level 6s to use for him. Let's see, what else could I tell you? That's about it. Like, I think I already explained most of the things in the first part of the deck profile. But as I said, this was the side deck that I eventually came up with using. That I like how Siding in Jinzo actually won me, like, the semi-final match of the tournament that this deck won, because the dude had, like, D-Prisons face down. It was hilarious. But anyway, that is the deck. Be sure to comment on it, just like you did on my scrap deck profile. Tell me I suck. Tell me I'm good. Tell me you totally stole most of these ideas, because I did steal some of the ideas, not all of them. Like, the deck I stole them from didn't use the Shaddol fusions at all. He didn't use levels. What else didn't he use? I don't really remember, because I've changed it so much since then for my personal preference. So yep, that's about it. So thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments what you think of it. And for now, this is Brazzle48 saying goodbye, and I'll see you next time.